Your thoughts feel like they live only in your head, but much of their guidance begins far below. Inside your abdomen, a busy ecosystem constantly sends messages that shape mood, focus, and emotional balance. This matters because mental health influences learning, relationships, decisions, and how societies function every day. To understand why, it helps to zoom out and see the body as a connected network, not separate parts. The brain and the gut form a two-way communication system, often called the gut-brain axis. This axis uses nerves, chemical messengers, and immune signals to share information in both directions. One of the main highways is the vagus nerve, a long cable linking the brainstem to digestive organs. Signals traveling along it report on digestion, inflammation, and safety, quietly adjusting brain activity. At the same time, the brain sends instructions back, changing gut movement, secretion, and sensitivity. This constant conversation happens mostly outside awareness, like background traffic guiding a city. Another layer of communication comes from hormones released during digestion and stress. These hormones enter the bloodstream and influence appetite, energy use, and emotional responses. But perhaps the most surprising messengers are trillions of microbes living in the intestines. Together, they form the gut microbiota, an internal community weighing roughly as much as the brain. These microbes help break down food, produce vitamins, and train the immune system. While doing so, they also create small molecules that can affect nerve signaling and brain chemistry. Some of these molecules resemble neurotransmitters, the chemicals neurons use to communicate. Others influence inflammation, which can subtly alter mood and thinking over time. When the microbiota is diverse and balanced, these signals tend to support stable brain function. When the balance is disturbed, the messages can change in ways the brain notices. Stress, illness, poor sleep, and certain diets can all shift microbial communities. In response, people may experience changes in mood, anxiety levels, or mental clarity. This does not mean the gut causes every mental illness, but it can influence vulnerability. The relationship works both ways, since chronic stress can also disrupt digestion and microbes. This feedback loop can amplify problems, or when supported, help restore balance. Researchers have observed links between gut patterns and conditions like depression and anxiety. These links are complex and vary between individuals, shaped by genes, environment, and experience. Still, they suggest mental health is not confined to the skull. Memory and learning may also feel the gut's influence through inflammation and energy availability. Even behavior can shift slightly when internal signals report comfort or threat. From an evolutionary view, this makes sense because digestion and survival were always tightly linked. A calm, nourished body could afford curiosity, while a distressed gut favored caution. Over time, the brain learned to listen closely to signals from below. Modern life can confuse this system with constant stress and processed foods. The ancient wiring remains, quietly responding as if danger or scarcity were present. Understanding this connection offers a broader view of mental well-being. It suggests care for the mind can include care for digestion. Simple habits like regular meals, varied foods, sleep, and stress reduction can support signaling. These steps are not cures, but they create conditions for healthier communication. Medical treatments and therapy remain essential tools for serious mental conditions. The gut-brain axis adds context rather than replacing established care. On a larger scale, this insight connects nutrition, mental health, and public policy. Food systems, work stress, and healthcare access all shape collective well-being. Supporting gut health can ripple outward into learning, productivity, and social stability. It also reminds science that complex systems rarely have single causes. Brain health emerges from many layers working together. The gut is one layer, deeply ancient and often overlooked. Looking ahead, research may refine diets, medicines, and therapies using this knowledge. Personalized approaches could consider microbes alongside psychology and neurology. Such ideas encourage humility about how much remains unknown. They also encourage patience, since change in complex systems takes time. On the planetary level, humans are ecosystems within ecosystems. Our microbes connect us to food, soil, and other living things. Mental health therefore reflects not just brains, but environments. This perspective softens the boundary between self and surroundings. It suggests caring for inner worlds involves caring for outer ones. Despite the complexity, the message is not alarming. The body evolved these connections to keep us adaptable. Most of the time, they work quietly in our favor. When they struggle, support and understanding can make a difference. Learning about the gut-brain axis replaces mystery with explanation. Explanation often brings reassurance rather than fear. Thoughts still arise in the brain, but they are informed by the whole body. Recognizing this can reduce blame and increase compassion. Mental states become signals to interpret, not personal failures. The gut is not a hidden controller, but a partner in regulation. Together, brain and digestion form a conversation shaped by life. Listening to that conversation helps science build a fuller picture of health. It also helps individuals see themselves as integrated systems. In that view, caring for the gut becomes another way of caring for the mind.